Welcome everyone to the Cooperators Center, Rink 6 on this beautiful spring day on May the 5th. We got two teams squaring off today. The Prairie Fire, the home team in the green jerseys. And they are taking on a team made up just for this game, calling themselves the Brave Hippos. I believe the word brave is a combination of some of the teams they come from, such as R for Ravens and Rage, the A for Attack, R for Ripped. Maybe that's about all of the letters there. But this team is something, the Brave Hippos. They are made up of players from U14B all the way up to U19A. Charlie Best from U14B Chargers, Olivia Labby, Ella Weimer, Olivia Labby and Ella Weimer from the U14A Aces. We got Ella Hoffert from the Olivia Rath. There you go. Sydney Hurd, Olivia Rath and Ella Hoffert from the U16B Rage, Sydney Hurd from the U16B Rath, Mackenzie Leitner, Alexa Gray, Jill Moser, all from the U16A Attack, Maya McMillan, Fallon Wilker, Sophie Hoffert, all from the U19B Ravens, Leah Massel from the U19B Rise, Sophia Kerr from the U19B Rain, and Jersey McKechnie and their goalie number 1, Paige Hunt from the U19A Ripped. All in all, you got 7 A players in this team, 7 U19 age players on this team. This will be a real test for the Prairie Fire, who you know are made up of U14B and U16B players, except for one player, and that's Grace Dennis, who's the lone U19B player, first year U19B. So, boy, this will be a fun one to watch. It'll be a good one. And there's the Brave Hippos getting warmed up, and of course our Prairie Fire on the other end. Now for today's game, I got the intro going here, but we got, once again, Gabe Croswell doing the play-by-play. Great to have you, Gabe.
Thanks for having me, Darren.
And as you know, Gabe, well, you may know, Gabe is assistant coach Sarah Dagenstein's partner. So I love having Gabe do the play-by-play. Let me point the camera a little easier. All right. I'm going to switch spots with you so I can flip over to the other. You got Stephanie doing the stats for the Prairie Fire.
Move over as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put that barcode back on the screen here and see if we got any shout outs coming. Oh, yeah. This way.
Want to steal this chair?
Oh, I'm good. I'll stand. Sit down on your... I didn't think they had a goalie today. Yesterday.
Oh, they got a goalie, all right. Paige Hunt. Paige Hunt, who played for the U19A Ripped this year, and of course the Ripped won silver at the Western Canadian Ringette Championships. And Paige did play on a U16B team last year, but played double duty, also playing for the U16 AA team in Saskatoon last year. So she's a gamer. Todd Hunt, of course, is a friend of mine and taught me a lot, everything I know about live streaming. So that's her dad. All right. We're about to get set. We don't have anybody. I guess this is the box up here that we're operating from. There's Gabe. There you go. And that's where the music would normally be plugged in. It's all under lock and key, so that's the way it is in Rink 6. The coaches on the bench for the Brave Hippos. We have Tanya Orr, Kelly West, and one more, and that is Caitlin Pilkey. Of course, for us, we got Sarah Dagenstein and Jessica Romansky and Megan Grad on the bench right now. Where's Hannah tonight? I'm not sure. I don't see her out there. Well, we had our bottle drive yesterday, the Prairie Fire did. It was a gorgeous day for a bottle drive. Guesses are piling in how much we raised, but Kevin Kirstein's trailer, the Kirsteins host once again. They always host, they're so good. And that trailer was jam-packed. I had to push the door shut, the big trailer, and then we had 3 more trucks with glass in them at the back of the pickup trucks, so we're hoping that was a good one. Here we go, game's underway. Take it away, Gabe.
And starting in the neutral zone, we have the Hippos getting their break-in pass in deep on the side, battling for it. It goes into the corner. It's picked up by the Hippos offense. And here we have Mackenzie Leitner with it. Leitner cutting in towards the net. She gets poked away. That goes off to the corner. Here's Wilker battling for it. That gets recovered there by Sophie Kellum. She passes it out into the neutral zone, but it goes deep for the D side. Recovered again by the Hippos. They look to break out. Good pressure by the forwards there. Prairie Fire managing to bounce that ring back in. Ring gets out to the neutral zone. And the Hippos recover, looking to break into the zone here. Here's Leitner with it again. Leitner making her pass, goes deep. She gets that pass good to Wilker. Wilker tries the shot, goes wide. That rings behind the net. That's picked up there by Eva Heinz, 57. Heinz passes it back to her defensive partner, and they look to break out.
Yeah, Heinz is playing defense for this game. She normally plays forward.
Little battle for it along the line there. It gets into the offensive zone for the Prairie Fire. Still battling along on the boards there. That gets picked up there by Alexa Gray. Gray trying to get it out. She does. That was a good pass. A little bit of a body there. And that ring is in the zone. Here it's picked up by McKechnie. McKechnie tries a shot. That goes off the pad of the goaltender and comes back out. I believe we have Grace Dennis starting in net for the Prairie Fire. Prairie Fire D passing it out. That goes to Chloe Watson. Watson passes it in. We got a bit of a breakaway here. She tries the shot. That's Gabby Kinch, but she gets denied by a good play by the goaltender.
Was that a shot on net?
I believe that was.
No, it went wide.
It went wide. Shot attempt, Kate. Alexa Gray breaking up behind the net. Oh, and that's picked off there by Kinch. Great poke check, and she goes.
Oh my gosh!
Gabby Kinch with a great offensive forechecking play. She stripped that ring right off of the defender and went in and take her shot.
Kinch getting it done.
That is unassisted by Gabby Kinch.
Look at that. That was officially the first shot on net for the Prairie Fire. Unassisted, hey?
The Hippos with their free play, passing it out to the outside. Moser takes control of it now. Moser passes it in. That is good to McMillan. McMillan passing it back to Moser. Moser moving in. Moser moving in, cutting towards the net. Good stick checks there by Gabby. Gabby nails a little bit of a body contact there. And the Hippos recover. They try to go for a shot. Goalie's pulling. That's a good shot on net. Big save by the goalie's trapper there. And the ring is recovered. Looks like we've got a bit of a roughing penalty here for Gabby Kinch.
Kinch all over the score sheet already. Where's the officials?
I see one.
Oh, there's one. Okay. Whew. Well, one's better than none. And what's the motion here?
Here we have...
Oh, was there a motion?
There was a rough, I think.
Oh, okay, body contact.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Here we have Maya McMillan taking the free play as soon as they get the penalty clock figured out. She does the relief pass over to her teammate there. We got Leah Massel with it. Massel behind the net. She skates around looking for her opportunity. Massel does the drop pass, tries to get it back to McMillan, but it doesn't work, and that ring goes out to the neutral zone. That's picked up there by Sydney Horde. Horde with it now.
Ooh, Kirstein
She
almost
gets it
got
through. The ring goes into the zone. Here we have Massel with it again. Massel passes it to McMillan. McMillan with it now, moving around. The ring is loose. They battle forward in front. Nobody can get a stick on it. That's picked up once again there by McMillan. It's in the corner there. Olivia Rath with it now. No time left on the shot clock. Got to get a shot. They get one, but it's just a smidge too late.
There's a little bit of popcorn left.
Yeah, ring loose behind the net. They go for the D-to-D relief pass, and she's got some space, so she passes it out to the neutral zone. Ring in the neutral zone there. That was Liv Kirstein with it, and she still is battling for that ring right along the player benches. That ring's going nowhere.
Oh, looks like the Hippos will maintain possession.
Free play for the Hippos is taken by Ella Weimer. She passes it over. The ring manages to get into the zone there. A little battle for it along the boards. And out comes Mackenzie Leitner with it. Leitner skating around the net, looking for a little bit of space here. Does a nice drop pass there to Wilker. Wilker skating around the net, also looking for it. She does a nice drop pass. And that's to Olivia Labby. Labby passes in front. Big pad save by the goaltender. That's a great save by Dennis there. She tries to cut back in, doesn't work, rings loose in the corner. That's picked up once again there by Wilker. Wilker cutting in, gets the 5-hole shot snuck through the pad of the goaltender. That's a goal to answer back.
All right, who passed it to Wilker?
It would be Wilker from Labby. And Leitner.
So Wilker scored. What's the numbers?
12 and 7.
Yep. That was a power play goal, I believe it was.
That was a power play goal. The Prairie Fire taking their free play. Right, that is Fizakis to send it into there, and Gabby Kinch taking that ring behind the net. She's strong with it. She makes a beautiful pass in front. It almost works, but it gets picked up by the D. A little bit of a loose ring battle there. That was a blue line violation.
All right, I'm going to take this away. For the moment, we can do some shoutouts at halftime. We don't have no shoutouts yet anyway. But because it's so quiet in here, I'm going to play some music when there's some goals scored.
Get some noise going.
Yep. At least on the live stream part.
Sophia Kelm taking the free play. She passes into the corner. I believe that's to Kinch again. Kinch doing a cut towards the net. She battles through with the ring.
Oh, nice pass.
That was Sandoval that gets that pass. She tries the shot. It ends up going into the crease, and there's a crease violation for the Hippos. So the Prairie Fire will maintain possession.
That's our only, the Prairie Fire's second shot on net this game so far. Sandoval took the shot.
Sandoval took the shot. Yes, 13 took the shot. We have it over to Kinch. She takes a shot. That's a good save by the goaltender there. It's picked up there by Sandoval. Sandoval battling for it. She makes that pass. Another shot goes wide of the net. No good. Gabby Kinch picks it up behind the net and she skates around. She tries to cut in towards the net. She manages to make a nice move, and with the loose ring, it gets picked up by the goalie. That's another shot by Gabby Kinch and a good save.
She's a first-year U16 player, Gabby is, too.
The Hippos defense looking to break out. They managed to do that, even though there was a little bit of a bounce on that pass there. And they look to break in now. The pass doesn't work. Rings in the corner, picked up by Heinz. Heinz tries to send it out. And it's a two-line pass, can't be played with. She waits for it. She can't get it. That's picked up by the Hippos defenseman. That's Alexa Gray with it now. Gray looking to move out, makes that pass over to McKechnie. McKechnie with it, passing it back in. And that is a good pass to Hoffert. And Hoffert tries to send it around, but it goes around the net and it's in the corner. Loose ring picked up there by Schroth. Schroth does a defensive back pass to Katie Thick. And Katie looks to break out now. Katie makes that safe pass. That was trying to go to Schroth, but it doesn't end up working. The Hippos under a lot of pressure. The Prairie Fire still battling. Stick went flying there. She's still trying to get the ring with no stick. That ring comes out. It's picked up there by Leah Massel. Massel passing it into Hoffert. That pass doesn't work. And now the Prairie Fire are taking it back. Prairie Fire D, that's Katie Thick. She's with it now, looking to move out. She does a little spin move, gets that good pass over to Watson. Chloe Watson trying to break into the zone, gets her pass across.
Good placement.
A little bit of a loose one, but good placement, and it is received there. That's Gabby Kinch with it. Once again, she's cutting into the net. She can't get through. Great defense there by the Hippos. Hippos looking to break out.
Kinch on that one.
Make the quick play to McMillan. McMillan makes the quick play to break in to Massel. Massel takes a shot. Big save by the goaltender. That'll be Grace Dennis. Gabby Kinch looking to break out on tons of pressure. She still manages to make that pass. It doesn't connect, and that goes two lines. That's picked up there by Charlie Best for the Hippos, and there it goes to Alexa Gray with the D-to-D pass, and Alexa Gray looks to break out. She makes her breakout pass, and that ring goes through. That's two lines. Recovered there by Fizakis for the Prairie Fire. Prairie Fire defense looking to break out here. She manages to send it out. A little bit of a loose ring in the neutral zone. Gets sent right back in by the Hippos offense. Recovered again by the D, but it gets loose on a good poke check, and she's under a lot of pressure. Going around the net. They managed to knock it off of her, and she looks around for a shot here. That's Moser with the shot. She gets held down. No penalties called there. And she takes her second to move around here. That was McMillan who just made a nice drop pass there to Rath, and Rath is taking it along the outside. Prairie Fire doing a good job of keeping the Hippos to the outside. Kinch pressuring her now. Rath trying to break in. Kinch manages to get it off, and that's a good defensive play, and now she looks to break out. She tries the good pass. It works. And that's to Kirstein. Kirstein passes it back into Kinch. Kinch takes possession along the outside. Kinch cutting into the center. making a nice move, takes a shot, goes off the skate, good block there. She tries it again, another good block there. 2 defenseman blocks. She can't get those shots on net. And here Kinch does a nice drop pass there to Schroth. Schroth skates around the net, looking for a teammate to pass to. She's got 5 seconds left on the shot clock. She tries to get a shot off, it doesn't work, tries another one. Also doesn't work. Nice blocking defense by the Hippos D. They didn't let a single shot through there. And I think there was about 5 or 6 attempts.
Not a one.
That was quite a bit. Goaltender free play. That's a good pass out to Wilker. Wilker passes it out, and that goes well to Labby. Labby sends it across. Here's Hurd with it. And that goes back to Moser. Moser with it, trying to cut in. Good poke checks on her. She still has control. Moser gets the shot, goes off the pad and the post. I think that was a save.
That was definitely a save.
Katie Thick battling with it there. And it looks like a crease violation on the Hippos. Prairie Fire goalie takes possession. She tosses it behind the net there to Schroth. Schroth with it now, under a little bit of pressure, looking to break out. She makes the spinorama move to be safe.
Oh, boy.
The Hippos manage to keep it in there, and there's Moser coming in with a shot. She does a little drop pass there, which was nice. She's got it to Kerr, and here's Kerr with it. Kerr cutting in, gets held back pretty good. Good defense, not letting her through easily there. Going back to Labby. Labby with a nice pass over to Kerr again, and that comes out. That's good for Sandoval. Sandoval to Kinch. Nice. Kinch with it now, can't get in. And she might have gotten across the blue line there, but that's okay. It was a bit of a...
Oh,
they
Sandoval scores! No!
There's a goal there.
Wasn't that?
Wait, they're not calling that a goal? That replay? I need to see a replay on that one. That looked like it was in.
I'm watching the replay right now. It hit the left post.
It did hit the post. Oh my God, did that ever look like a good shot from my angle?
It goes so fast, you think.
Would have felt a little bit bad. It was definitely a little bit of an offside blue line violation there too.
Yeah,
I would have felt bad if that was a goal.
Just a wee bit.
Here we have McKechnie with it for the Hippos in the offensive zone. She tries a shot, it goes wide, no good. That's ended up loose in the corner, picked up by Pizakis. Pizakis gets knocked down. A little bit of a penalty coming. And that is on Olivia Labby. Looks like another penalty for roughing. I didn't see her give the signal that
body.
She was. Right, body contact. No, I'm cheering for the Prairie Fire.
Olivia Labby. Let's see what the motion is here. I'm expecting a body. Oh, it's a hooking call. Of course it is. Every time I think it's body, it's hooking.
And now the Prairie Fire on a chance with a little bit of a power play here. Still 3-on-3 beneath that offensive zone line there. Here we have Schroth with it. She takes it around the back of the net. Tries to cut for some space. The Hippos D doing a good job of keeping it to the outside. They set a pick. She tries to cut inside. That was a great save. That was a great play with the pick there by the Prairie Fire. Just happened to get that defense to cover it. She gets it again. Here's Schroth cutting around to the outside. She manages to cut back in. And I think she'll go around the net to create some space here. She looks for a pass, doesn't seem to have an easy one. Does a nice drop there to Watson. Watson gets it knocked off of her stick. That's recovered there by Ella Weimer with a good defensive play. And Weimer's looking to break out. She makes a good pass there to Leah Massel. Massel under pressure with it. Manages to get it in and it pops right back out. That was just a missed pass there. And here we have it back to Weimer. Weimer does the relief pass over to Gray. Gray passing it into the zone. Unfortunately, pass doesn't work. It's recovered by the Prairie Fire defense. We had Bergquist with it there. Bergquist tried to send it out. That pass didn't work. It's recovered again by the Hippos in the neutral zone. And here's Alexa Gray looking to break back in. She passes it to Charlie Best, and Best passes it in the zone to Leah Massel. Loose ring goes down into the corner. Gets recovered there by Ella Hoffert behind the net. Hoffert with it. She tries to pass inside. Good defense recovery there. Made by Schroth, and Schroth passes it out. Watson with it now in the neutral zone. She passes it into Gabby Kinch, who had a bit of a chance, but she dropped the pass. She gets that loose ring, tries the shot, gets it sticked off of her. She gets it back. Ring's not going anywhere. She cuts through again. 3 defense on her, and she's managed to battle and keep good possession of that ring. A little battle there between Best, and I didn't see her. She was battling there. She makes that pass over to Gray, and Gray now looks to break out. Gray makes the nice pass out to McMillan. McMillan can't cross that line, looking for a pass in. Doesn't have anywhere to easily go, but she manages to make that work with Alexa Gray. Alexa with it now, moving that ring around really well. Under pressure, she manages to get it to her teammate McMillan here with it again. McMillan tries the shot, and it sneaks underneath the blocker of the goaltender. A good shot that just barely beat Grace Dennis there.
That was a shorthanded goal.
A shorthanded goal, right at the end of the penalty, too.
Yeah. Snuck one through. Who shot that?
I said it, but I can't remember.
I'm looking at the replay.
That was, I think, number 4
Number
who would have
4.
scored that. McMillan,
Yeah.
yes. Maya McMillan. All right, the Hippos have it in the neutral zone. She tries to get it in, and she manages to do that well. There's Moser with it. Moser cutting in and cutting across. Big save by the goaltender. Grace Dennis standing tall with that blocker. She passes it out. I believe that's to Katie Thick, and Thick's trying to get it out. She does manage to get it out, but the pass doesn't quite perfectly connect. Loose ring gets picked up there. Here we have Wall with it. Wall sends it across. A nice pass. Good look. And that's to Kirstine. Kirstine tries the shot and a big save made there by Paige Hunt, the goaltender for the Hippos. Loose ring there. Kirstine battling with her with it. Kirstine.
Like Dagenstein.
Right, Kate. Pass out into the neutral zone. They battle for it under pressure. She manages to get it in. Another good pass to Moser. Moser cutting in. Can't seem to get anywhere too well with it. They tie her up well. That ring comes out. She tries another one. And they're going to run out of time on the shot clock here. Goaltender ring for the Prairie Fire. She looks to pass it out. Gets it back to Gabby Kinch, who skates around. Under a little bit of pressure, Gabby manages to make a good move. Trying to find some place to splash it. She definitely looked like she went over the line a little bit there again, but that's okay. She manages to recover in the neutral zone and once again looking to break in. No easy pass. She tries it. It works well. That goes over to Kirstine. Kirstine managing to get her pass over. It just misses to Wall. Wall with it. Can't go anywhere with it. Good defensive play there by the Hippos, number 9. That was Hurd with it. She manages to get it back from the goaltender and looks to break out. She tries the pass. It ends up working. That's to Moser. Moser with it. She passes it in. That's a good pass to McKechnie. McKechnie trying to cut in. Goes right through a gate. Oh, and that's a good goal. She cut right through the defense there with a little bit of body contact pressure, and it ends up sneaking past the goalie's blocker side.
It's 17 to 11. Who passed it to 17?
Would have been number... No, it wasn't number 9. She's the one who broke it out. 11, McKechnie.
That's who scored, right?
Oh, shoot. Then Moser, 17.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we have Schroth with it. She cuts in the offensive zone, tries to make a nice little move. Good spin, good shot, and a nice tip off the pad. It ends up going to the goaltender. Goaltender looks to break it out, gets that pass off to McKechnie. McKechnie looks to break out, and a good offensive forecheck play. That ring right on the blue line. They look to break in. Hippos manage to get that break-in pass. Does it work? Loose ring. Gets picked up there by Kerr. Kerr with it, battling along the boards there. She passes it back to McKechnie. McKechnie cutting to the outside. Gets kind of hauled down. No penalties there. Back to Kerr in the corner there. Kerr making a nice move, trying to create some space. She flies that ring up and over. They definitely had a little bit too many men in that zone there for a little bit there too. The Hippo is breaking right back in, not giving any breathing time to the Prairie Fire. Fire knocking her pretty hard. I hope there's not a big injury on that one. Definitely a little bit of body contact, and it looks like there's a hooking call to be called there too. I hope she's not winded too heavily.
Well, Bergquist is going to get the penalty for the hook.
Yeah, there was no penalty call on the body contact. There was a call on the hook right afterwards.
Oh.
Open this up and see if we got any shout-outs here.
Nothing yet for the shout-outs. Hey, fill out the QR code and let us know you're watching. We'll give you a shout-out during the game.
The penalty clock went up and then went back down. They're still trying to set it up right now. Setting it up while it's moving doesn't seem to be working. 5:09 was the time of the start of the penalty. Katie Thick breaks it out of the zone, but it ends up getting recovered by the Hippos D, and they look to send it back in. That was Gray who sent it back in. It gets picked up there by Heinz behind the net now. She skates around with it, creating some space and wasting some time on this PK. She sends that ring out on a good pass, and they look to break in. Kinch gets it over the blue line, and she manages to recover from her teammates. She has good edges, and she skates by the two defenders there, cuts in towards the center. They only have the two of them. She's still looking for that pass a little bit. She skates around the net, keeping good control of the ring. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. She skates around to the outside and back in. She tries that cross pass. It doesn't work. They can't go in. Or can she go in?
She could have.
She could have. She just got scared too.
Yeah, I think they forgot they had one in the box. They can still put 3 in the zone, though.
Battle for the loose ring along the board. Seems to be picked up there by Gabby Kinch. Kinch looks to send it out. She tries to send it out. It gets stopped by a good defensive play by the Hippos right at the blue line, and they battle for it along the boards even more. Getting a little physical there, but they manage to break it out almost. Under good pressure, she manages to get that out. That ring was not touched. It's a 2-line pass. Kinch trying to break it off of her stick. And here we have Best with it. Charlie Best sends it out. It manages to just break out of the zone and is picked up there by Labby. Labby tries to send it into the zone. That goes good to Wilker. Wilker with a chance here, looking for some space. Does the back pass there. That's to Labby again. Labby skating around the back of the net. Labby tries to pass across to Wilker. She gets it there. And that pass, or ring, just goes very slowly towards the net to be recovered by the goaltender. They do the relief pass behind the net there. That's to Kirstein. Kirstein sending it across. That looks to Fizakis, and Fizakis is looking to break out now. She's under a lot of pressure. She manages to get a pass off. It gets kind of cut back out. She can't touch it there. And that ring is picked up again by Labby. Labby looking to break back in. She manages to make that pass work. Leitner with it. Leitner passes it over to Wilker. Wilker tried the shot. It did not work. It was a good save there made by Dennis. And I believe here's Leitner with it again, looking to cut in. She's doing a lot of spin moves. She tries that ring again. That goes wide. She picks it back up, goes around the net again, going for another opportunity. Does the drop pass this time to Labby. Labby with a little bit of speed does the cross crease pass to Wilker. Wilker does a move, takes a shot, and a good save by the trapper of the goaltender. Ring gets knocked out to the corner. Good forechecking by the Hippos. They managed to maintain possession of it again. Good drop pass to Wilker by Labby. Wilker passing back across to Labby. That pass doesn't work. It's picked up by Kelm for the Prairie Fire, who looks to break it out. Breakout pass works. Loose ring in the neutral zone. Picked up there. And is dropped back off. Picked up again by Kelm. Kelm tries to pass, and good defensive play once again by the Hippos. That was Kerr with it. She manages to pass it in. Here we have Hoffert. Hoffert tries a shot. Blocked by the defense, and that goes wide. Here we have McKechnie with it. McKechnie tries the shot, also gets blocked, and it just barely gets to the paddle of the goaltender, who sends it to the side. But it gets picked up real quickly by Kerr again. Kerr moving around. Kerr being pushed to the outside. She cuts in. She's got a little bit of a chance in the crease there. Held down really well. Good defense by the Prairie Fire. They fight. And that ring's going over.
With a nice takeaway.
Good defense there. Looks like that penalty is well over. I forgot about talking about that. They're back to even strength. Nice little drop pass there behind the net. It's picked up by Fizakis. Fizakis under pressure, trying to break herself out. She gets hooked, and that's good forechecking there. Done by McKechnie. McKechnie manages to get it. They both kind of go down in the corner. McKechnie's the first to recover. She patches it in. A big shot straight to the chest. Loose ring in front. They all battle for it. Ring goes to the corner. Oh, and she gets knocked over. A little bit of body here. They're not scared of a little bit of contact here. We got Kerr with it. Kerr passing over. That was number 5, Hoffert, who took the shot. I think it just went a little bit wide. It did touch the pad, and it looks like there will be a penalty there on McKechnie.
Is that a boarding call, do you think?
I'm not going to get ahead of myself there, and
I'm going to call boarding is going to be high sticking. I don't know.
It looked like she'd, unless she was just fixing her mask, she just touched her head, if that means anything.
What was it?
Oh, now she will find out.
Oh, it's body contact.
Was a body contact.
Oh, what? Who's in there?
That 11? Was a McKechnie, I believe.
Jersey, yeah. Okay.
A free play taken here by Wall, who passes it to the corner. I can't tell the number. I think that is Schroth. Yep, that's Schroth with it now. Schroth passing across. She manages to get it over to Sandoval. Sandoval can't quite cut in. She moves. She tries a shot. The loose ring gets picked up there by Leah Massel. Leah Massel with it now does that relief pass over to her defense. That's Ella Weimer with it, looking to break out. Weimer tries the pass, works really well for that breakout. That was a nice little between the legs pass. Good stick checking. Managed to get picked up by the Prairie Fire offense. Here's Wall with it. Wall tries the drop pass. It doesn't quite work. It's picked up there by Sophie Hoffert. And Sophie sends it out into the neutral zone. It gets recovered by the Prairie Fire D. Here's Heinz with it. That's the end of the first half. I didn't realize time ran out so quickly there.
Flew by. Oh, gee, I should have stopped that clock there. Still got a minute 15 left in the Hippos penalty. And we'll see if we got any shout-outs on the line. Yeah. Oh, finally there is one. Susan Hone watching from Regina, cheering on Charlie Best, playing for the Hippos. Thanks for the broadcast. That's great that Charlie's playing too. Charlie must be she is brave. She's the only U14B player playing on this team has 7 U19 age players on it. That's courage right there.
Good opportunity for her to learn from a lot of different ages.
And she's fitting in just fine too.
Yeah,
amongst some high power players out there, right? So yeah.
Doesn't seem to look like she's out of position at all. She's keeping up with them.
Well, the shots aren't too lopsided either. I count 13-9 for shots. So now, granted, I don't think. I'll be honest. I think everybody has a little rust on both sides. And I think there's an element of we're just playing for fun out there. This isn't like the gold medal games. They're not necessarily going pedal to the metal, but nonetheless, the Prairie Fire are looking pretty comfortable against some pretty strong players on the Hippos. So I think that's a good thing.
They might not be playing too super hard, but they're still bumping each other out there and being aggressive and strong on their sticks. It's still good competitive play.
One thing I like about these travel teams, particularly the ones that span both divisions, because you have players from the Buffalo Plains Ringette, players from Regina Ringette. Of course, the Regina Ringette players are so used to having a new team mixed up every year, but the Buffalo Plains kids often, go to the same school together a lot, and having an opportunity for the Regina and the Buffalo Plains kids to play together is awesome. And it's nice to see that mix. And then on the Hippo side of the house, they're mixed all over the place. How many different teams, what do I have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different teams. Same as Prairie Fire. Prairie Fire is made up of 9 different teams, so are the Hippos. Yeah, just having all these kids come together just for the fun of it is awesome.
Right.
Oh, here, I better set the clock here. I always forget to do that. Let's do that right now.
The Prairie Fire will get to start this period a man up. There's still 1:15 left on the penalty kill.
Oh, I think we got some more now. I'll let you read them. There we go. The shout outs. You can see them down below. And here we go.
All right. Starting off with, we got the Prairie Fire here, sending it into the zone. Heinz with a nice pass there. That gets to Kinch. Kinch looking for an opportunity. She tries the pass. It's just a little too fast for her teammate. And that goes right past Kellen. Kellen with it. She passes it in. That goes over to Sandoval. Sandoval with it. She passes it across. That ring gets knocked a little bit, but it is recovered there by Kinch with a little loose ring around the board. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Got to get one off. Good shot there. Hits the trapper. And that's a good save by the goaltender. Goaltender looks to send it out. That pass seems to work. It goes to Alexa Gray. Alexa Gray with some elite edges, making a stop there. She tries to pass to Wilker, but Wilker can't seem to get a handle on it. Little battle for that loose ring along the boards. Picked up there once again by Callan. Callan with a nice pass to the center. And Sandoval got the shot off, but it was blocked there by good defense by Charlie Best. And here we have that loose ring once again. Best battling for it. We're right back to Sandoval having it along the outside. Sandoval passes across to Kinch. Kinch tries a shot, goes straight into the chest of the goaltender. Big save. Goaltender sends it out. That makes it over to Alexa Gray, and Alexa Gray breaks it out. That looks like it's to Wilker. Wilker trying to break in. She gets that pass in right back to Alexa Gray. Gray going around the back of the net. They're now back to even strength. Gray making her moves around. She tries to pass it in. That works. And that goes I think the field goal was good there, Dan.
We got Tosh in the net for the second half for the Prairie Fire, too.
Tosh in net for the second half. Okay. She tries that free play pass. Gabby Kinch comes in to help her teammate out. That ring was a little bit loose there for a second. They look to break out. No obvious or easy one yet. Good play. Another good play. She waited for that ring to pass the line before she took control of it. That was a great, smart play, high IQ. Here is Moser going behind the net with it. She looks to break it out. Good pressure there by Chloe Watson. Oh, she falls on the ring. The ring is back in the zone. It happens to the best of us. Rubber's not quite as grippy as the steel of the skates, eh? Free play for Bergquist. Bergquist sends it out to her teammate. D partner looks to break it in. She managed to get that pass to Schroth. Schroth, under a lot of pressure, manages to break through. Keeps the ring's possession. Nice pass.
Oh my.
And a big save there. That was a beautiful deep pass there to her teammate Wall. Wall under a ton of pressure, looking to get that ring out to one of her teammates maybe. The ring does come out, but it is in favor of the Hippos. And here Moser tries to break that ring out. Pass does manage to work. She gets it out to Hurd. Hurd using her edges to create some space, looking for her break in. Makes a nice little move. That ring kind of just barely, but now it comes back out, and oh my God, what's going on? That was not a blue line violation, but it looked like it was going every way there for a second. And Sophie Kerr takes it. She passes it in. Ring doesn't quite make it into the zone, but she does manage to get it to her teammate. And here's Moser with it once again. Moser cutting in, can't quite get the shot off. Tries it again. Big save there made by Peyton Tosh. Tosh passed it out, and that's a good breakout pass. The neutral zone player could not quite get it there. That's Wall. She goes in for it. Good play there by Hurd. She manages to take that ring and tries to send it out. It gets intercepted right at the line by Gabby Kinch. And Gabby cuts right in, tries the shot, and another big save there made by Paige Hunt, the goaltender for the Hippos. Hunt passes it out. A little bit of a ring battle there. And it gets out to her teammate. That's McKechnie. McKechnie passes it in to Moser. Moser cutting around with it. Moser drops it to Hoffert. Hoffert tries the shot, just sails over the net. I will not count the next one. That shot goes off the post. It snuck through the pads, did not quite go in. I believe that's Heinz with it. Heinz makes the pass out. Good pass, the reception there by Keln. Keln looking to break in, manages to get it to her teammate. Here's Sandoval with it. She tries the shot. It goes wide. Gabby Kinch takes it in the corner. Kinch using some cuts there to get around the defense. Nice drop pass there to Sandoval. Sandoval gets the shot, and that is trapped by the pad. It almost snuck through, but she gets her pad down in time, and now they try to break out. Good breakout pass. They battle for it along the player's bench. Looks like that ring's not going anywhere. Good defense by the Prairie Fire.
It's nice seeing Sandoval get some shots off. She has a really wicked, accurate shot when she can get some space. And I think that was one of her first or few opportunities she had to get a clean shot away.
They do their break in. Here's Gabby Kinch with it. Gabby cuts around the outside. Tries that pass. It works. What a shot! What a beautiful play. A great pass by Gabby Kinch. Straight over to Sophia Keln with a beautiful goal.
Callan did not miss that time. There was a few earlier attempts that Callan had to go back to get it. That time, that was an excellent, excellent play.
She got that quick release on that one, which she is not quite able to get those quick releases on the last few, so that was a great way of doing it.
Mom Stephanie's standing beside me, just a bit excited. Oh, geez, I put it in the wrong way.
Free play for the Hippos.
There's Callan with the score.
Alexa Gray with it now. Gray tries to break in. She makes that pass and ends up going past, and it gets picked up in the corner by Bergquist. Bergquist for the Prairie Fire dumps it out. Neutral zone recovery there. And that is Watson with it. Watson passes it in right back to Bergquist. Bergquist cutting around with it. She's under a little bit of pressure. She manages to battle her way. It gets that ring deep and gets herself out and back into her position. She's racing for the loose ring. That gets picked up there and sent into the zone. Here we have Wilker with it, who gets hauled down. I think there's going to be a trip there. A couple yard sales all over the place here.
No, that was comedy of errors.
I didn't see who took the penalty.
Looks like Fazakis for hooking.
You can tell these girls are competitive with each other. They're not wanting to let the other ones by easy at all. They want to make sure that they can hear them coming. All right, the Hippos in the offensive zone. Here's Wilker with it. Good stick checks on her. She still manages possession. She passes across the crease, can't quite get it to her teammate there. That's picked up by Leitner. Leitner skating around with a little bit of speed. She cuts into the center. Good stick checks, and the defense managed to get that ring loose. They managed to get it back here. And that's once again Leitner with it. Leitner cutting in, gets the backhand shot. Big save there made by Peyton Tosh. And Leitner takes it behind the net. Leitner with it with a little bit of speed, does a drop pass, loose ring in the corner, gets picked up by Heinz. Heinz under pressure, does a little spin-around move to create some space, looks to break out. Breakout pass, looks like it's going 2 lines, and it does. And that is picked up there by Alexa Gray. Gray skating around with it. She cuts just around the outside, looks to break out, gets that pass off, it doesn't quite work, and Heinz takes possession. Heinz looks to break back in. Good break-in pass. She has a bit of a chance here with a little bit of space. She gets caught up too, though, and can't get around with it. She makes that pass out. That was Watson. Tried to pass it to Kinch.
That was 4 in.
What
More
happened?
the zone. Heinz, 57, by the way. Eva Heinz. She's played defense most of her Ringette career. Moved to forward, I think it just when she started with Prairie Fire. But at the bottle drive, chatting with her, she's thinking about, and she plays goal. She goes to Martin, plays some net there. She might be a full-time goalie next season.
Oh, that's exciting. I believe we have Izzy Wall with it behind the net. She skates around in front, tries that drop pass. Good defensive play made there by Moser. Moser trying to send it out, and she does. That ring gets to Kerr, who gets it in the zone. Kerr tries a backhand shot. Nice save by the mask of the goaltender. Gabby Kinch takes possession, and she's under a ton of pressure here. Tries to make a little move. They manage to get it off of her. Try the cross-crease pass, and it goes wide. And that's to McKechnie. McKechnie with it now in front, looking for her opportunity, her lane. She gets a shot. Big save there made by Peyton Tosh. Tosh, relief pass back behind the net to Gabby Kinch. Kinch looking to break out. Under a ton of pressure there. She can't quite get it easily, but she manages to get a nice look to Sophie Keln.
Nice.
Keln passing it right back in. Here's, with speed, Bergquist manages to get it stripped off of her. Good play there defensively by the Hippos, and they pass it to the neutral zone.
You
Ring
gotta
is
be
picked up
strong
there.
on your stick against these players, hey? Can't leave that ring
Absolutely.
dangling.
Moser had passed it in there. Here we have, I think, McKechnie with it. McKechnie moving around the outside with it. Gabby Kinch battling her. She loses the ring and an edge, and she goes down. Kinch still she falls over herself there. She lost an edge. Blown tire. They have a chance. She cuts in. She gets the shot off. Oh, and that's almost a trapper save made there by Peyton Tosh. But the flipping ring manages to just squeak through.
Yeah, it was number 4 all the way, hey?
Prairie Fire taking their free play. Here's Heinz with it. She passes it in. It's a good pass to Schroth. Schroth trying to cut in. She manages to get her shot off, and that loose ring is picked up by the goaltender. Paige Hunt passing it out. Doesn't quite manage to get it out. A good play by Katie Thick to keep it in. Thick moving around. Has that ring in the corner. She cuts behind the net. Katie dropping it to her teammate and getting out of that zone. Ring comes out loose. Sophie Keln taking it. And Keln skates around the net looking for some space. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. They need to get one here. They get the shot off. It goes off the pad. It's a rebound and a goal! Another one! That was an assist by Sophie Keln with the shot. And I didn't actually see the
No,
number.
it was Sophia Callan had the shot that was, and there was Sandoval that scored.
Sandoval that scored.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Sophia was the one that took the shot, and then it bounced off the nice low shot off the pad. Sometimes the coaches tell them, shoot low against the pad so that it'll bounce out for an assist, and that totally worked there.
They try the cross-crease pass, almost works, but can't seem to get a good handle on it. Here we have Wilker with it. Wilker moving around. She passes to the center. It doesn't quite work to her teammate. That ring comes out into the neutral zone, and they have a little bit of an opportunity here. 2-on-2, and another time. Gabby has done that a few times today. This is the only time she got called on it. She's sneaking over that line just so
Keep playing
close.
until you hear the whistle. That's good players know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, free play for the Hippos. Charlie Best taking that. She passes it out to Leitner. Or, sorry, that's not Leitner. That is Gray. Gray with it now. Looking to break it in. She manages to get the pass, and it goes off the skate of the Prairie Fire D. Here's Vazakas with it. And Vazakas does the D-to-D relief pass to create some space. Bergquist looking to break out. She passes it up along the boards of the neutral zone. That goes 2 lines. Nope, not quite 2 lines. As it gets picked up by Alexa Gray once again, who looks to break in. She doesn't have quite the easy pass, so she looks again. Makes some space. Here's Wilker. Wilker with the chance going to the outside. Takes the shot, and it just sneaks through the trapper of Peyton Tosh. Peyton looked like she got a really solid trapper glove on it. It just didn't stop it completely.
13-14. McMillan scored their earlier goal. I think we announced that.
All right, Prairie Fire do their free play out into the side. They pass it in. It goes off the skate and is recovered by the Hippos. Hippos looking to break back out. They managed to make a good pass there to Gray. Gray with good control passes it into the zone there to Kerr. Kerr tries a shot off the skates of Fazakas. Good defense there, and Fazakas and Kerr go for a battle behind the net. We had Bergquist putting a little bit of pressure on her. She skates around the outside, fakes a drop pass, does a little spin move, tries the backhand shot, and it goes wide. They're running out of time on this shot clock here, but it ends up going the other way, and they get it back. Resetting the time clock again. She makes that pass across the crease. It doesn't seem to work. McKechnie takes control. She gets tripped up. There's no call on it, and they're trying to be strong on that ring. That's Moser with it. Moser trying to cut in, being held back. Really strong defense there by the Prairie Fire. Still trying to get her off that ring. Moser with really good control does not let it get and taken off her. She goes behind the net. She passes it out. Here we have Kerr with it. She tried the shot, doesn't work.
Ooh, that was in the crease.
Bad. Goaltender gets it. Tosh looking to break out. Doesn't have anywhere to go. Sends it to the corner, and that gets recovered by the Hippos. Hippos kind of lost a bit of a wheel there, and that ring goes flying to the other side. That gets picked up once again here by Kerr. Kerr tries to pass into the center to Hofford. Hofford gets the shot. It goes off the pad, and a big save there by Tosh. Tosh holding it for the 5 seconds this time. Lets the free play happen.
Yeah, the shots are starting to get a little uneven again. It was good back and forth, but the last few minutes with those 2 goals allowed, looks like the Brave Hippos are pouring it on a little bit here.
The Hippos taking their free play in the offensive zone with it. That looks like it is, I think that's number 6. That's Leah Massel with it. She drops it back down to McMillan. McMillan sends it across right back to her. That's well played by Tosh. Tosh sends it to her defense behind the net. That's Gabby Kinch looking to break out, gets handled. Katie Thick sends it across to the other side. And I believe that's Heinz who sends it into the neutral zone to be picked up. She passes it across to Gabby. Kinch with it now, sends it in. Another play! Another goal scored by number 8, Sophia Cal, with a great passing play. She's got a quick release today.
Wow. Okay, so that was Sandoval to Kinch to Callan. Yeah. Wow. I mean, here you heard Gabby calling for it too. This time I'll get it right.
It's just a 1-goal game here again, folks. The Hippos break it into the zone. They pass it deep. That is recovered there by Olivia Rath. Rath skating around the net. I believe that's Rath. Yes, she does drop it to McMillan. McMillan has a bit of a lane for a shot. Tries the pass. It doesn't work. And that's picked up there by Massel. Massel passes it back. There's a shot. Goes high around the net. Loose ring behind the net, picked up there once again by Rath. Rath has that ring, can't seem to quite get it through. She gets it to her teammate in front of the net, and that gets stopped again by Peyton Tosh, the great goalie. Tosh sends it out, loose ring there. Picked up there by Gabby Kinch. Kinch breaks it out. Ring doesn't quite work. That's picked up there by Weimer, and Weimer sends it in. The Hippos offense breaking in. She has a little bit of space there. That's Massel with it. Massel being kept to the outside. No pass to go with it. Fakes the drop pass. She keeps it. Still looking. She tries the shot. Goes wide of the net. And they're going to run out of time on that shot clock.
Wasn't sure if Tosh actually got a glove on it or not, but
Tosh sends that ring behind the net to be picked up by the D. Bouncing ring gets picked up instead by Leitner. Leitner gets in with a shot. Nice save there by Tosh.
Tosh is doing really good at absorbing the rebounds for the most part. Didn't there, but earlier doesn't allow those rebounds to poke out much.
Another loose ring behind the net there, picked up by Leitner. Leitner swinging wide with it. She drops that pass down to Labby, and Labby skates around the net with it. Labby looking for an opportunity. Tries it. Gets tied up there by the defense, and the Prairie Fire managed to try to get that out. The ring does just barely sneak out. Gets picked up in the neutral zone by the Prairie Fire. They manage to keep it. They break in with a pass. They got a bit of an opportunity here. Tries the shot. Good save there made by the goaltender, Paige Hunt.
A shot for Shirley?
Yeah.
I think so.
She makes that pass out to Wilker. Wilker with nowhere to go with it. Tries to send it in. That is picked up there by Gray, who skates around the net. Good thing Gray's got some speed. She drops it to Wilker. Wilker with an opportunity. She passes it across. The pass works. Big blocker save there by Peyton Tosh. Managing to stretch out and not let that one through. The defense for the Prairie Fire still under a lot of possession. Stick gets tied up in the legs. They're not going to call it. I don't know if that went in or not.
That was off the post or crossbar.
Oh, there's an injury. Something happened with the goaltender there. I'm not quite sure, but she looks down right now.
She might have pulled something.
Hopefully it's nothing big.
Maybe when she twisted around, she twisted and pulled something. Well, I know a number of the Hippos players, some of them anyway, are going to the AB Selects. Oh, I'll put that up there too, yeah. If you see the QR code there, just scan that QR code, fill out the form, let us know you're watching, we'll give you a shout out.
Speaking of shout outs, we got a few here. We got one to Kelly Singer from Regina, cheering for Sophia Kelm. Thanks for watching, Kelly. And Sherry Singer from Regina, also cheering for Sophia Kelm. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate the support.
And clearly working. Shout outs for Sophia, and she gets 2 beautiful one-timer goals. So, see, shout outs work. Give us your shout outs, and that's what happens.
We also have Shane Kerr watching from Calgary. He's cheering for both of his girls. Thanks for watching, Kerr. We appreciate that.
Taylor and Sophia, I believe. 1 on each team, yes. Number 15 with the Hippos, number 15 with the Prairie Fire.
Oh.
The battles of the 15s. Isn't that something?
Well, that'll make it easier.
Yeah, so a number of the Hippos, I believe some of them, many of them, will be going to the Canmore tournament in the Ballistic Canmore tournament. Looks like Peyton's good to go. She's not coming out either. That's good. She's okay. Some of them are going to the AB Selects tournament, many of them. And of course, the Prairie Fire are getting warmed up for their trip to Europe, going to Sweden meeting in Sweden on July 26th. I think our first exhibition game is like July 27th, I think, in Sweden, in Stockholm. And then, of course, the Lions Cup in Finland the following weekend, and then an exhibition game down in Czechia and Prague. So that's getting warmed up for that and trying to keep the edges sharp, I guess you can say.
All right, free play for the Hippos. Here we have McKechnie with it. McKechnie passes it across. She tries to get the shot off. Big block there made by Fazakis. Fazakis still battling for that ring. She keeps possession, tries to create some space, looks for the breakout pass. Manages to get that ring to the neutral zone, but it gets picked off there. And now Moser has it. Moser sends it into the zone. That's to Sophia Kerr. Gets picked up there. It gets a loose ring, and it's picked up by Gabby Kinch. Gabby trying to get out. She can't quite get out. She's under a lot of pressure.
Ooh,
that ring
nice
gets
check.
good check there.
Wall.
Made by Wall. Wall sends it into Gabby. Gabby with an opportunity, one-on-one. She gets the shot. Stick save made there by Paige Hunt. The ring just caught that corner of the knob. Now the Hippos looking to break out.
Paige had to be sharp for that save.
Paige Hunt is playing really tall in net right now. Good pass there into the neutral zone. That's picked up again by Moser. Moser trying to break in. That pass doesn't quite work. That gets, oh, she fumbles it. She manages to get it back anyways, but she fumbles again. Loose ring, they battle for it. They're fighting. Here we have McKechnie. She tries to get the shot. Shot goes up and high, and that's the shot clock, I think.
That's the shot clock. That shot did not hit earlier.
Those girls were battling pretty hard with each other. You can see it. Are those the sisters, the 15s right there?
The 15s.
Absolutely.
That's funny. Interesting side note, too. I mentioned earlier the Hippos have 7 players that play on A teams or played on A teams last season. In Finland, there are no AAA divisions. They only have, the way they do it in Finland is all teams in a division, because the entire league can play against each other because Finland's small enough for physical proximity. But the first half of the season, for example, 2 years ago when the Impact and Rattlers went, there was 16 teams in the U16 division. And then so for the first half, they all played against each other. For the second half, the lower 8 teams formed the lower division, and the top 8 teams were in the upper division. And then they played upper and lower division for the second half of the season, including the championships at the end, the upper division, the lower division. But no AAA, it's just everybody's the same until mid-season. The upper half goes upper division, lower half goes lower division.
That gets you a chance to play against the best in your divisions. That's nice. All right, that ring gets picked up loose behind the net there. She does that relief pass over. That's to Weimer. Weimer sends it out to the neutral zone. That's a good pick up there by Rath. Rath sends it in deep. That's to Massel. Massel takes it around the corner, pressured by Katie Thick. Heinz on the other side waiting for her. Rath still moving with it with a little bit of speed. Tries that back pass. That does work. She tries to get the shot off, not working. Massel takes it in the corner. Massel trying to cut in. Does the drop pass. That's to McMillan. McMillan tries the shot, sailed up high up and over the net. Here we have Rath with it. Rath looking to try and get a shot off. Oh, the people are getting knocked around there quite a bit there. No penalties on any part of that play. I think this is Rath with it once again. So it was Massel who actually there dropped it. The ring gets out. Heinz with it. Heinz looking to break out. She does manage to get that pass off. That's good to Sandoval. Sandoval tries to pass it in. That pass doesn't quite work back to Heinitz. They try to keep pressure on her. There they have a pass chance for Wilker. Wilker cutting in, cuts across, does the deke. Oh, manages to beat the goalie. She used the height of her stick to force that goalie out of position and take the open side. That was a good play. She's tough to stop alone there.
I think that was 10-8 to 14, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Did you say number 8's name?
Olivia Rath. Yeah, I think I did.
Okay.
I hope I'm right. Prairie Fire. They're, I believe, down by 2. I think she just lost a tire there. She sends it in anyways. Ring loose right at the blue line. That was Leitner trying to break out. She manages to get it over to Wilker. Wilker looking to break in now. Gets it back to Leitner. Leitner with another opportunity here. She tries the deke. She tries to send it up and over and just misses the net. Gabby Kinch with it now. Kinch using a little bit of moves to create some space. Nowhere to go with it quite yet. She manages to make that pass. She has an opportunity here if they can get it to her. Gabby Kinch trying to break away under pressure. She gets the shot and she scores! What a beautiful play by Gabby Kinch with a bit of a give and go there to Chloe Watson. Chloe Watson with the assist there.
Kinch. Is that her? That's her second goal? So Sophia has 2 and Kinch has 2. Sandoval has 1.
They have messed up the score pretty badly here today, but that's okay. They're fixing it right now. I believe it's 6-5.
It is 6-5.
For the Hippos. That is Hippos Hoffert there. She's under pressure. They're poke checking like crazy here, trying to get that ring off each other's stick. Tries the pass. Good defensive play there. And Gabby Kinch takes it. Gabby Kinch looking to break out. She gets that pass. Once again, trying the same give and go play. It almost works. Doesn't quite get the full shot off. She gets held back there. Chloe Watson can't quite make that ring go through. Trying to poke it off of her. Loose ring in the neutral zone. That gets picked up there by Kerr. Kerr sending it deep. That gets to Hoffert. Hoffert with it. Tries the drop pass back to Kerr. Kerr with it. She tries passing it to the center. That doesn't end up working. Ring comes just outside of that zone to be picked up there by Kaylee Schroth. who manages to get it out of the zone. That was pretty close. Gabby Kinch breaks it into the zone there. Kirstein looking to get it. She races and she gets in the corner. She cuts in, gets that shot off the outside pad, and manages to recover her own rebound. That was a nice little cut towards the net. Defense weren't expecting it. She gets that pass across. It doesn't quite work to Schroth. Ring goes loose. It gets picked up there by Hurd. Hurd trying to get out, gets hauled down. Good play there. Here's Schroth on a breakaway. She fakes it. She shoots. She scores! She finds the outside of the net. What a beautiful play by Schroth. Managed to frustrate the defense there, not letting him out of the zone, and had a great opportunity on her own.
So Schroth had the takeaway, the breakaway, the goal. That was an all Schroth play.
And now we're all evened up. 1 minute left in the second half of this game, and we are at an even-tied game right now.
Well, you got to keep playing to the end. If the Winnipeg Jets taught us anything yesterday, even the last 1.6 seconds matters.
That ring is stopped along the blue line, gets sent all the way back. It's in the D zone for the Hippos. Here's Moser with it. Moser trying to send it out. She manages to get that ring out, but it gets kind of stopped there, and there's a battle for the ring around the boards. Ring's not going nowhere, so the whistle's blown. Hippos will get the free play and possession to start here. Got Hurd with it. Hurd sends it over. Moser. Moser looking to break in. Moves that ring around. Can't quite make the easy pass. They managed to do great coverage there and don't give her anything easy, so they managed to get it back out. Prairie Fire in the neutral zone being held up there by Moser. Good defense. That gets turned back around. The battle for it. Ring is bouncing and loose in that neutral zone. Picked up again by Moser. Moser holding it behind her. Does a good job of throwing that. It's in the zone now. They don't have any time to do anything with it. Loose ring. I believe that's...
Oh, that's not the buzzer. 5.4 seconds left. I wonder if Toss will just sit on it. She will not.
They send it out to the neutral zone. No time to do anything with it. And are they going to end it on a tie? Looks like it. I don't think they're going to do any overtime here today.
Wow. How's the shout-outs doing? Any more shout-outs?
No more shout-outs. We are
no more?
all caught up still.
All right.
That was a good game.
I don't know if my shots were all right, but
That was fun.
Yeah, you're welcome.
someone on the side things was asking.
Well, we'll do the highlight reel here right away as everybody shakes hands. That was a fun game. Thanks to the Brave Hippos with Rick Green and Tanya Orr and Kelly West and Coach Caitlin Pilkey for organizing the team and giving us some great competition. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, sisters are going at it. Oh, and they tumble.
That's funny. Okay, with that, I'm going to get the highlight reel queued up.
Gotta love the sportsmanship of both of these teams, eh?
Do you have anything else on?
And here's the highlight reel. Enjoy.
Wake up in the morning, back. I'm talking pedicure on our toes. Try to the parties, trying to get a little bit tipsy. Don't stop, make it pop, DJ, blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. No. Ain't got a care in the world, but got plenty of beer. Ain't got no money in my pocket like Mick Jagger. I'm talking about everybody getting crunk. Boys try to touch my junk. Gonna smack him if he getting too drunk. Don't stop, make it pop, DJ, blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't Don't stop the party, don't stop, no. Don't stop, make it pop, DJ blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock,
You know I know how to make them stop and stare as I zone out. The club ain't even handle me right now. Watching you, watching me, I go all out. The club ain't even handle me right now. The club ain't even handle me right now.
Can't nothing handle me right now. I see you, D-Getter. Let's get 'em. Hey, I own the night and I don't need no help. Gotta be the feeling that Scarface feel. Starting going wild, can't handle this pair. Fight for the club, arrogant like yeah. Tired of standing no shares. Ball out, cause that's the business. All out is so ridiculous. Zone out, so much attention. Scream out, I'm in the building and they're watching. I know this, I'm rocking, I'm rolling, I'm holding. I know it, you know it.
You know I know how to make them stop and stare as I zone out. The club ain't even handle me right now. Watching you, watching me, I go all out. The club ain't even handle me right now. The club ain't even handle me right now.
Hey, still feeling myself, I'm like out of control. Can't stop now, more shots, let's go. 10 more rounds, can I get a KO? Paparazzi tryna make me pose. Came to party till I can't no more.
All right, that's the highlight reel. Thanks everyone for watching. If you're enjoying this and you want to see some more Ringette action, the next games that'll be on the South Saskatchewan Ringette YouTube channel are with the Blitz travel team. Their first game will be 8:20 Friday morning, this Friday morning in Montreal. So they're playing Friday morning at 8:20 in Montreal. Another game Friday, later Friday. 2 games on Saturday in Montreal, and then depending on how they do, some games on Sunday. So the Blitz travel team playing in the Montreal ARJ Sports Montreal Ringette Challenge. Pretty exciting to get out there. I hope you watch those games and cheer on some of the local players here. And otherwise, our next game for the Prairie Fire will be probably in a few weeks. We'll get another exhibition games set up. I believe we're hoping the Bruisers will come on out to play. We played them in the Spring Ring Tournament. And then possibly after that, there might be the U14 AA Rush team ready to go. Might get an exhibition game with them. This is all tentative, of course, but before the Europe trip. So stay tuned for that. Once again, thanks for watching, and we're going to sign off. That was a nice, clean live stream, too.